Being Israeli. Being Israeli is to argue like crazy and then fight side by side. Being Israeli is to travel to India and then took the first flight back home. Being Israeli is to insist to coming to reserve duty even if you don't have to or being called up. Being Israeli is to hold the Tessles of your tallit even though you are a complete Atheist. Being Israeli is to keep hoping and inspire others. Is to being shocked from the clips and the social media and then shout out Israeli.Is. Being Israeli is to save the entire village and then say, oh, it was nothing. Being Israeli is to get married in the war zone because sadness and joy are always interviewed. Being Israeli is to struck by a blow, but always hold your head up high. Being Israeli is to make restaurants kosher just to send food to the soldiers, is to go out and fight even though you just lost a child, is to be at home front but always be the front line, is to break out tears over people you don't know, is to feel you're never alone. Being Israeli is to watch your land burn and feel that you have no other country. Being Israeli is to know no matter what, no matter where or who, you and us will we win. I'm Yossi Lapko. I served as an HR head of department in the Central Command in Israel, and one of my last jobs in Israel was to be part of a unit that have a very interesting job. Knock on doors of parents and tell them a very terrible story that they lost their child. And unfortunately, my great friends delivered this message in the past 11 days over 1,400 times. I walked like zombie in the first 2 days, same as many of us, but then I decided to look at other things. And I want to share with you, many of you know, many of you don't, of the things that are going around. Maybe I will miss some, maybe I will cover some. In the past few days, I'm making phone calls to my friends, and it's become like a list. I'm sending text messages. It's kind of, are you alive? And it's become a joke. Most of my friends are commanders, are leading troops. One of my friends has 900 soldiers in his responsibilities, and when I text him, are you alive? He said me, don't worry, pick up your head, be strong. I guess we a little bit switched position. The number of people who showed up is more than 200%. We're talking about 360,000 people who showed up, left their homes, left their jobs, and in effect that the entire Israel and the entire world connected to find the best way how we can help. People are collecting funds to create mezuzahs for the bases. Thousands of people creating tzitzis and sending them to soldiers because of one amazing story. People collecting tactical gear, medical gear. It's a connection between war rooms, which I'm part of that, between Miami, New York, Vegas, Vienna, Cyprus, you name it. It never happened before. The cooperation and the unity, and ego aside and political aside, and people having the ability to move in days dozens of $millions of equipment. People are koshering their kitchens just to serve food, and man, you should see these pictures. The amount of food that's been served in Israel is amazing. Doctors are taking everything and flying in. People getting married in the war zone. We're talking already about dozens of weddings and chuppah that created in the past 10 days. Lawyers that donating their time from all over the world to fight the battle of international law, that it's still going to go and it's going to keep going. New communities that we need to rebuild. Hundreds of homes that have been burned down. Startups who frozen because everybody's in the service and other people is trying to take their position so the startup is not going to die. And the list is on and on and on. For years, you know what, one more. I think the best part is the pictures and the draw that kindergarten kids sending from all over the world, and now they've been stuck to tanks. For years, I've been wondering how the times of Mashiach will look like. That's going to be now. That is the time. That is the energy of Mashiach. I want to ask you to pick up your heads. The world is looking up on us to do our part. So hug your brother, hug your family, hug the person who sits next to you. And איש את רעהו יעזור ולאחיו יאמר חזק. עם ישראל חי.